Have you ever tried to calm your child, but everything you offer somehow makes it worse? You suggest a show, they get more irritable. You try to distract them, they shut down. You offer toys and nothing seems to stick. And in that moment, it feels confusing because you're trying to help, but nothing is landing. Today, we're going to talk about something that often gets overlooked: activities that don't add more stimulation, but actually help your child regulate. Quick reminder, we're not professionals. Always consult a professional if you need individualized support. Today's topic is something many of us learned the hard way. Not all calming activities are actually calming. Ready? Because this is Kind Parent Collective, less perfect parent, more real one. Why some fun activities backfire. When a child is already overwhelmed, their nervous system is sensitive. Even things that are normally enjoyable can feel like too much. Bright screens, fast movement, loud toys, too many choices. Instead of helping, these can add more input to a system that's already overloaded. That's why low stimulation activities matter. They don't demand, they don't rush, they give the nervous system space to settle. What low stimulation really means. Low stimulation doesn't mean boring, and it doesn't mean doing nothing. It simply means less noise, less pressure, less unpredictability, more rhythm, more calm, more control. These kinds of activities allow your child to stay engaged without becoming overwhelmed. Starting with stillness. Sometimes the most supportive activity is less activity. Just sitting near your child, not asking questions, not directing, not correcting. Presence without pressure. For some children, this alone begins to regulate their system. It tells them, you're safe, there's no demand here. And from that place, they may begin to engage again on their own. Repetitive, gentle movements. Many children find comfort in repetition. Simple, slow, predictable movement can be incredibly regulating. Things like rolling a ball back and forth, stacking and unstacking objects, pouring water from one container to another. These activities don't overwhelm the brain, they create rhythm, and rhythm can be calming. Sensory activities that soothe, not overload. Not all sensory play is equal. Some are stimulating, others are calming. Low stimulation sensory activities often involve soft textures, slow movements, predictable sensations. Think of things like running hands through dry rice or sand, playing with soft dough or clay, water play in a quiet setting. These give the child input, but in a controlled, gentle way. Quiet, creative expression. Creative activities can be calming when they're not rushed or directed. Drawing, coloring, simple crafts. The key is removing pressure. No expectations, no right way to do it. Just space to create. For some children, this becomes a quiet outlet for emotions they can't yet express in words. Nature as regulation. One of the most overlooked calming environments is nature. Not busy parks, but quieter outdoor spaces. A short walk, sitting under a tree, watching leaves move. Nature offers sensory input that is steady, not overwhelming. The sounds are softer, the visuals are less chaotic. And for many children, this naturally helps regulate their system. Familiar activities that feel safe. Sometimes the most calming activity is something your child already knows well, something predictable, something they've done many times before. It could be looking through the same book, re-watching a slower, familiar show, playing a simple, repetitive game. Familiarity reduces effort, and when the brain doesn't have to work as hard to process something new, it can finally rest. Gentle connection without pressure. Connection doesn't always have to be verbal or structured. It can be sitting side by side, doing the same quiet activity, sharing space without expectation. For some children, this kind of connection feels safer than direct interaction, and it still builds relationship. Following your child's lead. One of the most powerful shifts is this: instead of introducing something new, notice what your child is already drawn to, what they repeat, what they return to, what seems to calm them, even slightly, and meet them there, because often your child is already showing you what helps. It's about reducing input, not doing more. When a child is overwhelmed, the instinct is often to do something, fix it, distract, redirect. But regulation doesn't always come from adding more. Sometimes it comes from gently removing what's too much, lowering noise, reducing demands, simplifying the environment, and then allowing calm to return naturally. The power of predictable rhythms. Children who are easily overstimulated often benefit from rhythm, not strict schedules, but gentle, predictable flow. Knowing what comes next, knowing how the day feels. Even low stimulation activities can become more effective when they're part of a familiar rhythm. For example, a quiet activity after meals, a calm transition before bedtime, a predictable wind-down routine after outings. It's not about doing the exact same thing every day. It's about creating a pattern the nervous system recognizes, because predictability reduces effort. And when the brain doesn't have to constantly adjust, it has more space to regulate. When less engagement is still connection. There's a common belief that children always need active engagement, talking, playing, interacting. But for some neurodivergent children, especially when they're overwhelmed, less engagement can actually feel more supportive. Sitting nearby without initiating conversation, being present without asking questions, sharing space without directing the moment. This kind of connection is quieter, but it's still connection. And for some children, it feels safer than more active interaction because it removes the pressure to respond. And when that pressure is gone, the child can begin to settle. Sometimes they may even come closer on their own, not because they were asked to, but because they felt safe enough to. Recognizing the signs earlier. Overstimulation often doesn't show up all at once. There are small signals that appear before the big reaction. A shift in energy, less patience, more sensitivity, withdrawal, or restlessness. These early signs can be easy to miss, especially during busy days. But when we start noticing them, we can step in earlier, not with correction, but with support. Maybe that means lowering the environment. Maybe it means transitioning sooner, or offering one of those low stimulation activities before things escalate. Because once a child reaches full overwhelm, it's much harder to bring things back down. But earlier, there's more space to help. If your child has been feeling overwhelmed lately, it might not mean you need more activities. It might mean you need gentler ones. Here at Kind Parent Collective, we believe that supporting our children isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less, with more intention, more awareness, more understanding. Because when the world feels like too much, even small moments of calm can make a big difference. And if today was rough, you still did enough. Catch you on the next one.